What's up everybody, and welcome back to another daily video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the 2019 Ford Raptor. Huge thank you to Mooresville Ford. They're providing this truck for today's video. I'll have the link in the description below to their website. Definitely check them out. They have a huge inventory of all the brand new Fords and a ton of brand new Raptors ready to go, so definitely check them out. And the model that we're looking at today is a Super Crew, finished off in Ford Performance Blue, and has an MSRP of a little over $73,000. Underneath the hood of the Raptor, this features a 3.5-liter EcoBoost twin turbocharged V6 engine that cranks out 450 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque. The engine is only paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission, and with a curb weight ranging from 5,500 to 5,700 pounds, you can expect to get 15 miles per gallon in the city and 18 on the highway, and that's all running off a 36-gallon fuel tank. We get an overall wheelbase of 146 inches with an overall length of 231.9 inches. The total width is 96.8 inches, and then with the mirrors folded, it's 86.3 inches. And then the height is 78.5. Of course, with the Raptor, this is centered all around off-road capabilities. We get an approach angle of 30.2 degrees, a departure angle at 23 degrees, the breakover angle is 21.8 degrees, and then we get a max ground clearance of 11.5 inches. In back, we have a max towing capacity at 8,000 pounds. Then open up the bed, we have an overall payload capacity at 3,200 pounds. The Raptor is probably one of the most aggressive trucks out there on the market with a really cool look to it. We have a bold front grille with Ford written out in it, as well as large mesh on the top and bottom. There's a lot of openings in the front end to allow cooling to the engine as well as the turbocharger intercooler. On each side of the metal bumper, there's a large cutout to where you can see through it and actually see the suspension and the tire, help giving this a more off-road appearance. We have LED daytime running lights and larger front fenders, making the front end look really wide. There's a silver skid plate down below, as well as 2 tow hooks, and then marker lights in the top of the grille. The hood also features a lot of lines help tying in the front end. We have the functional heat extraction vent up top, giving it a great look. 2 pieces on both sides of the vent that come together at the front of the hood, and then as we make our way to the front fenders, there's more vents in it as well as the large black fender trim. We get ventilated disc brakes in all 4 corners with a new design 17-inch wheels as well, all wrapped in an all-terrain BF Goodwrench tire. Integrated turn signal within the side mirrors, body color door handles, Raptor is stamped into the side running boards. And then the overall side profile is very proportional with the full 4-door configuration. The shorter bed as well just helps give this truck a great look. And then if we get more of a quarter view, you can see how the front fender bulges out a lot compared to the standard F-150 model. And then even looking at the rear quarter panel, you can see the nice bulge in it. So this truck has a really wide appearance compared to the standard F-150 and really makes this thing stand out. Coming to the rear taillights, we have a similar design as the headlights with the LED strip all around it. We have the blind spot radar sensor within it, another corner light, and then the same blacked out trim for the rear fenders, as well as the rear bumper. There's integrated parking sensors within the bumper, as well as your dual exhaust tow hooks and your trailer hitch receiver. We have the large tailgate trim piece with Ford written out, as well as the F-150 and the Raptor logo. And by the tailgate handle, like we saw earlier, there's a rear view backup camera. You can either press the button in there or double tap on the key fob button. You can go ahead and open up the tailgate. With it down, this has a full spray-in bed liner just to give it that added protection. And then making our way to the tailgate, if you press the center button right here, the step slides out. You can just grab it. Very easy one-handed to pull it out like that. There's even a spring-assisted footstep right here with some grip tape on it. And then pulling the handle out, locks in place, and you can easily climb in and out of the bed. So that's a look at the whole outside and a lot of the specifications with the Ford Raptor. Honestly, this is my favorite pickup truck out there. This thing has so much to offer, so much off-road capabilities, on top of just the tires and the overall stance with it and the extra ground clearance. This has a full set of Fox shocks in all 4 corners with piggyback reservoirs, as you can see. Leaf spring configuration in the rear as well. And then as we make our way to the front coil springs, they also have electronic controls, as you can see. But for the overall look and just a lot of the specs of what this truck can handle, we've seen so many videos of these things jumping. They are so capable, so good looking, and with this brand new blue paint job for the 2019 model year, it looks really good. It's a little bit lighter than the previous blue that was offered. I think it looks really good overall. I would definitely go with blue. I just think it has a great look. And then with the key fob to go ahead and take a look at the interior, I'm gonna go ahead and lock it, and then press the automatic start-stop feature. Make this thing roar to life. And then to go ahead and shut it off, press the button again, and still with the truck lock, just grabbing the door handle, truck automatically unlocks. We can take a look at the interior. This features a black leather interior all around. You can see the black leather with gray stitching along the door handle. Your actual release handle is located right in here. We have carbon fiber inlays right here that have an awesome look to it. It's actually genuine carbon fiber. It's not just a printed design. We have the automatic windows, all your mirror controls, as well as the lock, unlock, and memory seating. We get some storage down below as well as a cup holder. Ford Performance is written out in the door sill. We have the power driver seat, more gray leather and black leather along it. We have black stitching and then a cloth piece to add some two-tone design to it. There's perforated leather in the center and then Raptor embroidered up top. Seats have a great look to it. Nice bolsters as well for taking sharper turns. Really comfortable once sitting inside. And then taking a look at the steering wheel, we have Raptor down in the lower portion of it, all black leather with perforated leather on the sides, your red 12 o'clock strip, and then gray stitching. And then now inside, we'll go ahead and put my foot on the brake and start it up. Along the steering wheel, we have all your Bluetooth and audio controls over on the right side, as well as the heated steering wheel controller. We have cruise control settings over here. We also get steering wheel mounted paddle shifters that have a great design to them. They're all aluminum. You can see how they go from the top all the way to the bottom of the steering wheel. Great hand position for them, really easy and solid to hit. And then using the panel on the left side, we can go through the various screens on the center screen here. We can go through different trip and fuel information, as well as auto start stop, different gauges that you can see, like engine temperature, trans temperature. You can configure your tire pressures, digital speedometer. And then you can also see towing status with your trailer setup, off-road controls. You can see the degree that the steering wheel is turned, traction control, which different mode you're in, as well as the pitch and roll, power distribution, and then scrolling over, there's blind spot for the trailer, pre-collision, all the normal technology you're gonna have in a modern car. Oil and coolant temperature up top with your fuel gauge, turbo boost pressure, as well as your speedometer on the right. And then over on the left side, we have the electronic parking brake. You can power adjust your pedals, dome light for the bed, as well as all of your headlight controls, and the lighting on the mirror. One of the air vents, some black leather and gray stitching coming along the dash. A little bit of storage up top above the infotainment setup. We can turn on and off the auto start stop, and then pressing the camera button, we can see the full 360 view on the right, as well as a front view. And then pressing the camera button again, this is just your front view camera. This is a front with the 3 sides. We have your traction control button over here as well, and then going to the home to take a look at how the infotainment is set up. This is all like all of the new Ford, so very familiar if you're used to that. Your normal navigation screen, going over to apps, we can see a few things. We have your climate control that can pop up on the screen, which is really easy to configure. It's really obvious where everything is gonna go and how you'd like everything to adjust. And then on top of that, we have manual controls down below with your temperatures on the left and right side for dual zone, heated and ventilated seats, all the different zones, and then all the radio and audio controls above that. Over on the left side, we have your 4-wheel drive configuration from 2 high all the way down to 4 low, as well as your locking rear differential, and you can just twist this to go in different settings. Below that is the trailer backup assist. You can adjust this how you want to do the trailering, as well as the trailer brake. We have some storage down below with 2 USBs, and then just bumping it back. Carbon fiber along the shifter, giving it an awesome look, and then a leather wrap shift boot, all of your different gears, your lane keeping assist on and off, a little bit of storage and 2 cup holders, and then going to take a look at the center armrest. There's a ton of space in here. As you can see, you can fit pretty much anything you need in here with a removable piece. We have black leather and gray stitching. And then over on the right side, the similar dash with the leather and stitching, a carbon fiber piece down below here, and then opening up the actual door. Nice amount of space in here with a shelf up top. So overall, really good looking interior. I love the carbon fiber accents. That really does help to give this a great look to it. We have a full panoramic sunroof, which I think is a must for this truck. We can go ahead and open up the sunshade with the button right there. All the power sunroof controls, a lot of auxiliary buttons right here to add additional lighting to it, which is a great touch for any type of off-road vehicle, and then your power sliding rear glass. And then one look at the panoramic roof with the glass open really adds a ton of light in here. So now let's go ahead and hop on the rear seats. This of course has a ton of space, being the full 4-door, similar door panel configuration with the same carbon fiber accents, the same black leather with perforated leather, and a little bit of cloth for the cool two-tone. I have my camera gear lunchbox, and then there's all the floor mats in this truck right now, but we have heated rear seats as well as 2 different vents. We have 2 USB ports on the left side, and then a 3-prong outlet as well as a 12-volt outlet. And then both front seats also have a storage pocket in it. And now to go ahead and take a look at the rear seat space, I have the driver's seat set to my height, which is 5'11". Closing up the door, we have so much space in here. I've been in the back of a few of these newer F-150s, reviewing them and everything. I mean, look at how much knee room this is. That's like 10 or 11 inches. My feet are way extended underneath the seat. There's a lot of space back here. You have no shortage of that. And then with the panoramic roof, when the shade is open, there's a lot of light let in here. So it's really comfortable. You could go on a long trip back here. And then with the centerpiece folded down, this is a nice armrest for you. And then pressing this right here, we have 2 cup holders in there, and then closing this back up. So we are now setting off in the new Ford Raptor. This thing is such a beast of a truck to get behind the wheel of. I love the way the steering wheel feels with the perforated leather, and then the view out is awesome. So we'll get up and go just to see what this EcoBoost is like, giving it a little bit of gas. Barely giving any gas, and that is right up to speed, no hesitation whatsoever. This thing is a fast truck. Of course, putting it into manual mode and full-on race mode, this thing is really, really fast. But right now, it looks like the lane keeping assist is on. Let's see, when I go over to a line, it seems like the steering wheel vibrates a little bit just to help you stay straight in the truck. But overall cruising right now, we're going 50 miles an hour. Got the cooled seat on, some air conditioning running because it is a little bit warm out there today. But it is a comfortable ride. It has a really, really good off-road suspension. So there's a lot of suspension travel, there's a lot of capabilities for off-road, and that does translate to a smooth ride on-road. It absorbs all of the big bumps very nicely, and you really can just float over bumps and cruise like it's a luxury vehicle. The seating position is really easy to get everything squared away, all the power controls, really comfortable to sit in. I'm nice and upright in the truck. I don't really have any blind spots. The visibility is really good. Looking out of the windshield, it's huge. You can see the aggressive hood. I love seeing the vents in the center. And looking over your left and right shoulder, just like pretty much any pickup truck, there's a really good view out, pretty much no blind spots in it. And if I open up the sunshade for the panoramic roof, that just lets in so much more light to where you feel like you're in like a glass bubble in this truck. You're high up off the ground, above every other vehicle that you pass, and it's just a really pleasant place to be. And then looking at all the infotainment system and just kind of the buttons on the center, it's laid out very easily. I think Ford is one of the easiest ones to get used to how to work everything. The infotainment screen is easy to figure out, the navigation works fine. Doing the climate controls on the screen or using the manual buttons is a nice touch to make this truck a little bit more user-friendly. And then all the buttons on the steering wheel are laid out very nicely so where you don't have to fumble around, figure out what does what. It's just an easy truck to get used to. And then we'll go ahead and put it into manual mode and shift with the paddles and check out what a 10-speed transmission is like. I like how the steering wheel paddle shifters are on the actual steering wheel, so you always have them right where you need them. We'll just downshift once. Transmission is really responsive actually. And then even taking some higher speed turns, we're now going about 55 on this one road. It handles turns like this very easily. The transmission is really responsive. Yeah, it's cool with this truck, you can drive it kind of like a sports car almost, and then if you are out in the desert hitting some high-speed trails, you can drive it in the performance mindset. I think having the paddle shifters is a great touch. You normally wouldn't really think about having paddles on a pickup truck, but being what this truck is capable of doing, that's something you're really gonna want. You can hold that gear really nicely in the different off-road settings with traction control off. You're gonna be able to make the truck do exactly what you want. That's why we love manual transmissions, just because you have the control over it. And I think with these paddles, especially how they're all designed and everything, it just makes it to where this truck is easy to use off-road and on-road. And then just looking around, I think these things are built very nicely. Everything is laid out really well. The choice of materials I think is pretty good. Nothing seems cheap. All the plastic trim looks like it's pretty high quality and everything fits together very nicely. There's no weird squeaks or anything like that driving around in this. I mean, you can totally tell that this is like a really solid truck. There's no play in it at all. It's very solidly built, if that makes any sense. Everything about this is so special and unique. It just has a road presence that no other pickup truck out there has. And I know a lot of competitors have tried to mimic a Raptor, make something like this, but nobody is even close. And driving it around now, giving it some more gas. I mean, what can you hate about with the Raptor? This thing is such an awesome truck. But that's kind of everything about this truck. It is definitely a beast. If you are in the market for the coolest truck out there, the Raptor has to be on your list. These things are insane. Huge thank you to the guys at Mooresville Ford for providing this truck for today's video. They have like 5 of these in stock right now, and they always have a huge selection of them, and they have a massive selection of all the brand new Fords, so definitely check them out. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to give it a huge thumbs up, smash that subscribe button. We have new merchandise, the link is in the description below. Definitely check that out as well. But anyways, that wraps up today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you guys next video.